If you don't have money, no one will listen to you.
Do you think creatives should learn entrepreneurship?
I'll say creative, you should consider yourself as an entrepreneur more than the creative work you are doing. If you trade your time for money every day, you are going to work till you die.
Do you think AI can replace some of the creatives?
AI is here to replace the generic creatives.
Creatives leaving Ghana, I mean the Ghanaian youth seeking greener pastures abroad and all of that. What's your take on that?
That mindset that, oh, you have to make it in Ghana, you don't have to go anywhere, Charlie. If you go to Google, you go to Meta, or you go to any startup abroad, you make lots of money than you are doing in Ghana. Why don't you go and make it and then come back? If someone has a lot of money and they are paying you to solve a very important problem for them, it's very easy for them to pay huge amounts of money. Your creativity is a commodity. You have to ship it very fast in order to get lots of clients and do this and do that. Being creative doesn't pay the bills. Money pays the bills.
So you're welcome to another episode of Canvas and Conversations. And today I'm in conversation with Owusu Badu, who happens to also be in a creative space. So, Owusu Badu, can you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Okay, thank you. So as you said, I'm Owusu Badu, and I'm a brand designer and UX designer. So I've been doing brand design for 4 to 5 years, and currently I'm learning more about UX design.
Okay.
So that's what I do.
Interesting. So how did this whole journey start for you?
My journey started in SHS2.
Oh.
So we had some visual art students who were designing cartoons for people. So immediately I saw it, I got interested in it, and I asked them of the app, and they told me it's Adobe Illustrator. So I had to download on my phone and start practicing. So that's how it started.
Wow. But what's your background? Like which course did you study?
I did science in SHS.
Oh, okay.
And I came to university too. I was doing environmental science. So I was
interesting.
College of Science.
Why is it that almost all the science guys are venturing into the creative space? I don't know why it happens that the science people tend to now do their creative works. Why is it so? Do you have an answer for that?
I feel like everyone is following their passion now, and because of social media, you can just sell your craft and get people to buy from you. So if you feel like this is where your passion is, or this is where you can monetize your skills, then it's very advisable to venture into it.
Oh. So speaking about passion, is passion enough to get you started?
It's passion enough to get you started
on your creative journey. I mean,
you need passion.
Yes.
And the other stuff, like you need to be disciplined, and you need hunger. So as I
whoa, my first time hearing this, hunger.
Yeah, you need hunger.
Tell me more about it.
So there are two kinds of hunger.
Okay.
You have the typical hunger, like you are broke and you want money.
Oh, okay.
That one is the first hunger you need, and the second hunger is you having the zeal to become better at whatever you do, like refining your craft every day and never being satisfied.
Okay.
So these are the two.
Interesting. I think the first one is rather common, but the second one, I think you need to start the whole thing before you can develop that.
Yes.
Or don't you think so?
Yes, I think so.
So because now the creative space is so congested, I mean, everybody is hungry. The first hunger you talk about. Everybody wants to make money. And it looks like they all think this is one of the cheapest ways to make money. Exactly. What's your assertion on that?
Yeah, that's kind of true, but it depends on your niche and how good you are in whatever you are doing. So there is low barrier to entry. You can just pick your laptop, download Photoshop, VS Code or whatever, watch videos on YouTube. But with applying your craft to solving problems, that's where the difficult thing is. So most people have the skill, the basic skills, but when it comes to getting clients and solving real problems for the clients, they find it very difficult.
Wow. So speaking about this, do you think creativity is something you are born with, or it's something that you pick up along the way?
I believe it's something you pick up along the way.
Wow.
Because I never imagined myself as a creative. Yes, I just copied. I stole from people.
But how about maybe you had it inside of you, but
Right.
you never realized it.
Okay.
It could be,
It could be.
right? It could be that it was inside of you. You never realized it. Someone had to draw your attention to that. How about that?
That one too is true. It only comes when you explore. So until you explore, you wouldn't know what you have.
So how smooth has your journey been as a creative?
For my journey, it has been very, very rough. Very
Wow.
rough, yeah. Because if you have multiple interests, it's very, very difficult to stick to one thing.
Jack of all trades.
Yeah, jack of all trades. So I was doing design, and how many people know me for is Clover. The Clover thing we are doing, like the non-profit.
Yeah, I think
We moved to schools.
I also met you because of Clover.
Good,
Yeah.
good. And I was also into technical problems. So I was solving laptop issues for students,
Okay.
Windows troubleshooting. Good. That one too is there. And I was also into writing. So if you are into a whole lot of different stuff, it becomes very difficult to niche down and sell yourself for a particular thing.
I'm interested in this particular thing because I also find myself doing a lot of things, like a whole lot, in different spaces, like a whole lot of things. And sometimes it gets to the point where you don't even realize you've left one particular thing for a very long time without even paying attention to it.
True.
Does it happen to you?
It happens to me.
Yeah. Can you give me any instance like that?
Oh, you see, I'm a writer. Like I write, but I don't consider myself as a writer. It's just that I write. So I write essays on Medium, and we've also released a book at Clover called Rebuild, right? And with the essays I release on Medium, I'm supposed to write at least once a month. But because of the other things I do, sometimes I even forget to even move to my laptop to write all these essays.
Whoa.
And I feel like it's because I have a lot of other interests. And while it can be a very good thing to have, it's also a double-edged sword. If you don't take care, it will kill you down.
Wow. How dangerous do you think it is being a jack of all trades?
Very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. It's very dangerous.
Wow.
But it depends on how you utilize it. So being a jack of all trades, you can be a jack of multiple trades and still become a master at one thing. So you can say, okay, your specialty is brand identity design. However, you can do video editing for others. You can code, you can write. But when you move to, let's say, you move to a company, your job is to do the brand identity design. But if you're on your own, you have your own creative agency, you can do all those stuff for people.
Let's say you meet people for the first time. How do you introduce yourself to them?
For that one, it's always difficult for me. It depends on the person.
Most of the times, me for instance, most often you end up talking too much because there's a lot to say.
Exactly.
Yeah. Sometimes because of that, you just most of the times I'll just leave it to the person to decide.
Yeah.
Because when I start to talk, maybe I'll end up speaking too much and it will end up boring the person because you do almost everything there is to do.
Exactly.
Wow.
So it depends on the person. So let's say I think I met you at, was it Fusion Hood Games?
Yeah, Fusion Games, yeah.
So that one, it was about Clover. So definitely I'll tell you I'm into Clover.
Okay.
And we moved to schools to speak to them about social media, digital well-being and all those stuff. But if I meet someone on, let's say, campus, or I meet someone who is also into design, I will tell them I'm a brand identity designer. So for the multiple hats there, you have to wear them.
But what if the person you're introducing yourself to as a designer is also someone that you can get another gig from, which is not a design gig? Isn't it dangerous in that manner too?
Yeah, it's dangerous. But I feel like once you have the relationship, with time they get to know you're into other things. So to avoid any confusion, you have to start with the most important thing that you do. That will be helpful to them.
Oh.
Yeah.
I consider all that I do important.
No.
Depending on what is needed at a point.
You always have priorities. So you always have priorities. So for me, most people know me for the technical issues that I solve. But I know that if I'm introducing myself to someone, I'll tell the person I'm a brand identity designer.
Okay.
Because that one brings me more money than that.
Interestingly, some people also know me that to be someone who fixes machines.
So you understand?
But I'll never introduce myself like that.
Good.
Never.
Good.
I've never done that. And I don't think I'll ever do that. Because you see, sometimes you do a lot of things, but maybe some of them you don't even want to be associated with it.
Exactly.
Yes. But people end up associating you with whatever you do. For instance, some people will see me and think or say that I'm a photographer. Which I don't like to be boxed like that. I hate it. Yeah, I don't ever say I'm a photographer. You can call me a creative. That's
A
enough for
creative,
me.
yeah.
Calling me a photographer, nah.
I understand.
That's
I
a
understand. I don't like people calling me a designer. Seriously,
it looks like it limits you.
it limits you.
You feel limited in a way. Yeah. So what do you think is the most underrated skill of creatives?
Most underrated skill of creatives.
Yeah.
Taste.
Taste.
Exactly.
Oh.
Taste.
Yeah, tell me about it.
So when I say taste, I mean like your ability to combine different things to produce something genuine. Okay, so you see, most creatives are just the same. They do the same generic thing, and for you to stand out, you need to explore different fields. So let's say Da Vinci, for example. You can do chemistry, you can do this, you can do this. But your main thing is about being like drawing or being a creative. But you pick ideas from different stuff. So let's say you did engineering, you pick ideas for Pythagoras theorem, you pick ideas from this, and you converge them to create something unique for your audience or for your clients you are working with. So I feel like taste is the most underrated skill. You can be a developer and be good at it. You can be a public speaker, whatever, because you have the technique of getting ideas from different places and merging them to wow your audience.
Oh, so one thing that I see is a problem now for a lot of creatives. It's about tackling your creativity as a business. Right?
Exactly.
Tackling your creativity as a business. So, at what point did you start to see your creativity or whatever you do as a business?
As a business, I think that's okay. When I started, okay, it was from the passion. It was a passion. So around 2023, that's when I began to monetize all these skills. Before that, I was monetizing it, but it wasn't very consistent. But 2023, I started creating Instagram, LinkedIn, Behance account to showcase my works. So that's when I began knowing that whatever I'm doing is actually a business, not just for the creative side. Good.
What drew your attention to that?
What drew my attention? I realized that my creativity could solve business problems. Like if you're a designer, you could create something to get people interested in and buy from you. Do you get the point?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. So have you had any challenges when you decided to take it as a business? Did you have any challenges with the people you were working with before, or even the people who came after?
Definitely, there are lots of challenges. So the first challenge is balancing creativity and commerce, creativity and business. So in the spectrum, some people say, "Oh, as a creative, you need to be very original, very authentic. You don't have to copy or do things fast. You don't have to compromise on the creativity." Other people on the business side will be like, "Charlie, your creativity is a commodity. You have to ship it very fast in order to get lots of clients and do this and do that." So that's one thing you have to tackle as a creative. And I believe that you have to brand yourself. Like, make sure you refine your craft to a certain point where you attract only premium customers. So that you can take on very few projects and use all your time to work on it to develop or to generate something good for them. So that's one thing. And there are other people on the side who say, "Oh, creativity is strictly a business. So you need to learn how to market it or do something like that." Which sometimes I feel like if you make it a business or if you focus more on the business aspect, You leave out the taste, the creative genius, and
You
whatever you
start
are
to
doing.
lose yourself in a way.
Exactly. So you need a middle ground. You need a middle ground. So you need to understand your creativity as a business or something that will generate you money, not just as a passion. And the second side is you need to do it from your heart and making sure everything is done with precision, because Charlie, you can't do a messy work for a client. I wouldn't even feel good about it. Like, you have to make something you are proud of.
Yeah.
That's it.
So, what's your whole creative process like from ideation to the final work?
I don't really have a tangible creative process. Just that my creative process, it begins with identifying the problem as always, and looking for ways or unconventional ways to solve the problem for the customer. So no, so currently we are building an app for someone, right? And it's a fintech app.
Okay.
So I'm the UI UX designer for the app, and what we are looking for is to make sure we streamline the design process and make sure the app is very, very easy for customers to use. I hope you get the point.
Yeah, I get it.
So I began looking at the apps we have, like Cash App, Binance, and all these kind of apps. Right. So that's how I work. I get ideas from multiple apps and then combine them into.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. But there's no point when maybe you make some stitches, you create some mood boards and stuff like this.
Yeah, I
Or you
sometimes do
create
that.
them from the inspirations from other works.
I make some sketches. Just that I'm not always into sketches.
Okay.
I'm not always into sketches. Sure, sometimes I draw something in Adobe Illustrator and check out, but I'm not used to that thing. I just go to the whiteboard, draw something, and if it works out, it works out. If it doesn't work out, I go and sleep.
Oh.
Yeah, I go and sleep. If I'm having a creative block, I'll go and sleep and come back later.
We'll come to creative blocks.
Sure.
There are some particular skills that you see. Talking about UI UX, I started UI UX somewhere 2017 with Adobe XD.
Hard.
But it's not something I'm so passionate about.
Oh, okay.
Yes. But it's something I'm good at. But I'm not passionate about it. You never see me post about UI UX.
Okay.
Yes. So what's one skill that you think you've neglected for so long?
One skill I've neglected.
And you think when you neglect something for so long, for you start to lose it.
True. You start to lose a portion of it, but you still have that thing in you. Let's see, if Messi stops playing football for 30 years, he still has the football skills. Just that he will lose the technical side of it. But sometimes some of the things needs to be repeated, so that it sticks in your mind. Good. So yeah, sure. If you leave the skill, you lose a portion of it, but not everything.
So, creative blocks. Do you ever get creative blocks?
Oh, well, lots of the times. Yes.
How do you deal with it?
Creative blocks, I just go and sleep. I just sleep. I'm getting creative blocks, I sleep. And sometimes it's due to anxiety. You see, you get your laptop, you open Figma, white screen, you don't know how to do it. Like, it's a whole lot. So you just go and take a rest, sleep, and maybe inside your dream, God will reveal a design for you.
Interesting. I actually know someone who used to dream about his designs. Yeah. And I've not heard about anybody else like that. He used to have that at a point, but now I don't think he has it anymore. But before, he used to dream about the works he has to do. Yeah, it's so interesting to know. Yeah, have you ever had that when you dream about a project?
Oh yeah, that one, it's normal.
I mean, like how to go about the project.
How to go about it? Well, not dreaming per se, but just lying down and getting the idea. For that one, it's common. But dreaming about it tangibly, oh no.
That's too extreme.
Too extreme.
Interesting. Oh, so is it business for you or relationship?
Is it business or relationship? Can you?
When it comes to your crafts,
will
you put business first or you put relationship first?
It depends. I think relationships, it wins in the long run, but business for the short term. So it depends. But you have to be very specific on the question you're asking because I don't get it.
I mean, when you deal with people, right?
Yeah.
Do you most often deal with them on a business level, or you look at the relationship aspects too? Which one do you look at more?
It depends on the person. You see, some people are opportunists, and if they know that, oh, you are into this, they come with the relationship deal. But you'd see that, oh, they are not giving anything in return. So with those people, you have to treat them as a business people. Do you get the point? But others too, they have a sort of skill or network you'd like to benefit from. So those people, you go with them in their relationship perspective. So it's always and always depends on the person you are dealing with. And as a creative, it's very common for people to exploit you. So you have to be very attentive about it.
Yeah, I think that's when the next thing I want to ask you comes in. Do you think creatives should learn entrepreneurship?
Very, very important. Like it's very, very important. As a creative, you should consider yourself as an entrepreneur more than the creative work you are doing. But that doesn't mean that you have to neglect the refinements of your skill. Like you have to always refine your skill. However, any skill that you are refining, you need to get a business perspective about it. So, okay, this skill I'm refining, how much can I earn from it? How can I position myself well to get the kind of clients I'm looking for? So I feel like entrepreneurship is very, very important. You start with the creativity, and with time you move to the entrepreneurship to understand it. Because that's how you win in the long term. Being creative doesn't pay the bills. Money pays the bills. You get a point. So that's it.
What's one thing that you've learned along your journey, right, as a creative? In the business aspect, I mean, or the entrepreneurship aspect, that you think schools don't teach about?
Schools don't teach about. Okay. So the first thing is, if you trade your time for money every day, you are going to work till you die. Because if you want to buy a Ferrari like 1 million, 2 million cedis, you can't be designing in Photoshop, sir. You will die.
You need to have skill.
Yeah, you need to build the systems to earn the money. Yeah. But in the initial phase, you have to put in the work. But with time, you need to skill and build systems for the systems to work for you to generate money. So that's one thing school don't teach. And the second thing is, no one cares about you.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, no one cares about you. Like,
I'm of that session too.
Yeah, no one cares about you. So if you are moving to a client and you tell them, oh, me, I have this skill, I'm in Photoshop, I've won this award, I don't care.
Nobody cares.
How can you solve the problem at hand?
Yes.
You get the point. So I feel like when we are talking to people or when you are pitching, you should focus more on their problems and try to solve it for them rather than talking too much about yourself or unnecessary things that they don't even care about. Unless whatever you are telling them about is something you are using to build proof. Do you get the point? Good. If you are using it to build proof, that's different.
Yeah.
But most of the time, people talk about themselves. Who may have done this, I've done. No one cares.
Nobody cares, actually. Show working. You don't care about what you say. So, AI. Recently, I did a video that AI is not here to replace you.
Yeah, I saw it.
What do you think about that? Do you think AI can replace some of the creatives?
Okay. Was it 2023 or 2024? Do you know MKBHD? He's a tech reviewer.
Yeah,
so he made a video about it, and I'm just saying what he said. He said creatives or the AI is here to replace the generic creatives. So if you're a generic person who doesn't put in the work and you do something normal, AI is here to replace you. Because AI, when you give AI a prompt, it gives you the most obvious answer.
Yeah.
Do you get a point? Good. So AI is here to remove the bad ones. And if you are a creative, you need to upskill and learn how to cope with AI. Do you get a point? So I feel like I'm not very scared about AI at all. It's my friend.
It even makes the work
very easier for you. Yeah. So that's it. You need to learn to use it.
I think I was talking to someone about this, And then I was making an example with the those times we used to have the photographers who we used to call them photo.
Yeah.
The olden
Yeah.
kind of photographers.
Those were the albums.
Yes. And interestingly, they saw Photoshop and all of these Lightrooms, Capture Ones come up. But some of them thought, oh, with the Gen Z is for another. These things are not here to stay or they can't. But before they realized, that is what's raining now.
True.
And now they are fighting for relevance.
True. I feel like it all boils down to ego. So if you like you are a master at the thing, you're always telling people I'm the master. But if you have the learning mindset of embracing things, new things, and learning from them, you'd always top up and refine your skills. But if you feel like, oh, I'm always the master, I know this, you stay the same.
What's one value you live by?
One value?
Yeah.
Okay.
You never compromise on?
I think it should be doing something you are proud of. Do something you are proud of. Like, just do it. Like, do something you are proud of. Sure. I was recently working with someone. He's a developer, and with the kind of work he was doing, I'm like, are you really proud of this thing? Because seriously, I don't know. If I'm not proud of something, I won't even venture.
Yeah.
Like, I won't do it. It's not about being a perfectionist. This is actually different. It's about putting in the work. For me, I put in a lot of work in whatever I'm doing. Like, even if I'm drawing something, I need to make sure the inches, everything is the same. Do you get the point? Like, whatever people can't even recognize, the back work, I make sure that I do it diligently. Because I wouldn't feel right about it. So that's the value I live by. No matter the work I'm doing, if I'm installing Windows for people, if I'm doing a creative work, design, or if I'm going to talk to students about design or any other skill, I make sure that I do it to my maximum best. I feel like that's the value I live by.
Oh. What's your take on loyalty?
Loyalty. With regards to
working with people.
Good. This is something I've been talking about. Even today, I was having a conversation with my friend about loyalty. It depends. Loyalty. It depends on the person you are dealing with. And sure, there are some people you need to be loyal to. But are they loyal back? Are they also loyal? That's the question. And is being loyal to them costing you? Is it costing you money? Or how are they trying to improve? Do you get a point? So let's say you had this client you've been working with since the ages, right? But right now you feel like you've improved your skill and he needs to pay you way better, right? You need to let them know that, oh, Charlie, right now I've improved my skills, so my prices too have
improved.
Yeah, you get it. Where you can still get them a premium price. No, sorry, like a specific price or a unique price for them. Yeah, sure. So that's what I normally do.
So in your journey as a creative, right?
Yeah.
I believe you've met different kinds of people, clients. I mean, the difficult ones, the very easygoing ones, and the ones in the middle.
True.
Yes. What's been the hardest client, or who has been the hardest client you've encountered, and how were you able to deal with them?
Okay. So for the highest clients, the first thing is they have a very strict budget.
I mean, hardest. I mean, difficult.
Yeah, they have a very strict budget, like very limited budget, and a very high taste. So that's the first red flag. If they have a very limited budget and a high taste
is high. Wow.
You need to cut them off. Right. So we normally face them, and I feel like some creatives, after doing 1 or 2 projects for them, feel like, oh, I've done it, so let me complete it. And it's a sunk cost fallacy. If you don't take care, they'll dip you in until you realize you've wasted your time on that person. So immediately you see 1 or 2 things about them, just stop. Wherever you are, it's fine. If you've lost money or your time, ignore it. It's fine. You move on.
Oh,
so I feel like.
Interesting.
And very easygoing ones too. I feel like sometimes they are not able to stand up for themselves. If I do a work for you and you're always saying cool, like sometimes you have to push back on me so that I get to know that, okay, You actually.
But what if they actually like everything that you do?
Okay, that one too. Yeah, I sometimes get clients like that,
Mm.
which is cool, which is very cool. But sometimes too, the client is a pushover, or he's not able to stand up for himself.
I see. So how do you deal with such people?
Such people, I try to understand the reason why you are not pushing back. Sometimes it's because they have a very low taste. Probably they've been dealing with
mediocre people.
yeah, mediocre people for a very long time. So immediately they saw yours, they'd be like, wow, this is good. Everything is on. So that's one of the reasons. Other
Wow.
times too, they just admire the work and they don't have any problem with it.
As creatives, right?
Yeah.
And business people, let me say. What's one thing that you think we should pay more attention to and then invest more in?
Okay. So you need to invest more in getting and retaining good clients. So number one, that's your personal brand or whatever brand you are building. That's number one. And you have to also invest in your skills, sharpening your technical skills. So those are the two things. So the first one is investing more in getting the visibility in order to get a premium clients. So you can do that through content creation as you are doing right now. And you can also do that by attending conferences and partaking in it fully and giving value to them for free. So I feel like that's one thing you need to improve on. Like as a creative, you should always think about how can I get the right people to work with? Because it's something I got to know recently. Like if someone has a lot of money and they are paying you to solve a very important problem for them, it's very easy for them to pay huge amounts of money. However, if you are getting a client who doesn't really need that thing, but they just want to try you out, they are going to stress you. That's it. It's a basic human principle, like economical principle. So you need to understand and play by the rules so that you don't always complain. Yeah.
Interesting. So how do you market yourself?
As in,
I mean, getting people to know you.
know me.
Yes.
Okay, so one thing that's worked really, really well was through mutual connections.
Okay.
Mutual connections. So I have a developer. Most of the clients I get are from my developers. So they'll be like, oh, Charlie, I want to build a website for this guy. So can you do the web design for me? Or can you build the brand identity systems for me? I'll be like, sure. So most of the clients I get are from my developer friends. And sometimes too from programs. Yeah. And Clover, through Clover, people get to know me and they'd be like, hey, Clover, the things you are doing is very nice. So who is? So that I tell them, oh, I'm the one. And then I get clients from there.
At this point, right? Considering how far you've come.
Still,
Yeah, everybody is still learning. We learn every day.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
still, we can't do away with the fact that we grow all the time.
Sure, we grow.
So you've grown to a certain point now.
That's true.
Yeah, you can't do away with that. So would you say now, if you are to enter into a project or into anything with someone, right? Are you looking at the money or you are looking at the impact?
Money.
Currently.
Currently. So, sure. Currently, I'm looking at the money because I need to pay a lot of bills currently. But I'm also looking at the impact. And I feel like they can coexist too. Okay. Money and impact can coexist. So it depends on where you are currently. Right now, I'm young. I'm out of university, Charlie. I have a whole lot of things to do with my life. And I'm looking for money. That's the truth. However, it doesn't mean that I've ignored the impact. Sure. Whatever you are doing at Clover is just for the impact. You are not looking for any money in it. So I feel like right now, if I'm venturing into any collaboration with someone, it's for both the money and the impact. And sometimes the money is a long term and the impact is a short term. So they invite you to speak at their program. You go there. I'm not looking for the money over there. However, I'm looking to build thought leadership over there. Okay. So if I go there, I talk to them, and someone is like, hey, then this person is really, really good. Though. Then I'll invite them to come and train my students. Then they'll pay you for that. You get a point. Good. So sometimes you look at the money, other times you look at the impact. And one thing I feel like you should, as a creative, you should know how to judge well is knowing how to calculate your ROI, return on investment. So it's like, you remember the ladies in design network thing we did? It has really helped me, even though it was a volunteering job, right? Because I was able to express myself well and like teach people whatever I knew. And after teaching them, I posted it and people are testing me, okay, I need this, I need this, I need that. I didn't get money from that place. However, through that place, I was able to get different things.
So one KPI checked.
Exactly. So as a creative, you need to also always calculate the ROI.
That's interesting. Well, human creatives and machines. What's one thing that you think machines can never replace when it comes to human creative?
Okay, until machines get what we call the consciousness. So consciousness is what makes you a human. Being conscious means getting a range of emotions, having a history. You see, those are the things that makes us a human. Do you get a point? So until machines probably they design an AI or develop robots that we give birth to and has or went to school, got a break, has a heartbreak, all these stuff. Until we get that kind of machine, I feel like humans would always be the best.
Interesting. Well, I think that machines are also trying to catch up with the way. Because I think talking about the emotions and then having the thought of history and all of this, I think now they've tried to do that.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
I think you there's still something that will still be missing.
Yeah.
Yes, you can't get it vivid like that.
Darling.
Oh. Is it inspiration or discipline for you?
Inspiration
Or discipline when it comes to your work?
Inspiration or this? Inspiration as in?
I mean, creating your work.
Mm-hmm.
Would you go for inspiration? I mean, being inspired before you create, or you prefer to just go by discipline, even if you are not inspired?
Both. But mostly discipline. Mostly discipline. Put in the work. That's it. But definitely you have to look for inspiration. Like if you want to design a logo, you can go to Pinterest, get ideas and start your own work. But it's always discipline. If you don't put in the work, nothing is going to show.
Okay, good. Creativity in Ghana, or let me say Africa as a whole. Is it difficult?
Very difficult.
What makes it difficult?
It's difficult because creativity is a way of life. It's how you express yourself. And sure, Africa is developing, which I appreciate that, but many of them are still living under extreme poverty or poverty. And Maslow's theory of needs. You have to find your basic needs before you get to the self-actualization and everything. So most people don't have the appreciation for creativity as they do in the Western world. Like someone can just create a design or an art and sell it for millions of dollars. When it comes to this place, Charlie, you have to hustle. Do you get it? So this place is all about basic needs. That's why most creatives, they end up being hungry and broke.
Being hungry and broke. It's a dangerous thing.
Very dangerous.
Wow. How do you think we can tackle that?
How do you think it happens?
Because being broke and going hungry as a creative is something that's just at your doorstep.
Yeah.
Yes,
true.
a little mistake, it badges in.
Yeah, that's true. Very true. I think you need to position yourself in a way that you solve business problems. So, for example, you are a web developer, I'm a web developer. I call myself as a web developer. However, you call yourself as someone who designs a high conversion landing page for people. Do you get the point? So anytime you position yourself as a business person, like you help people make more money, you end up also making lots of money. But if you position yourself as, oh, I'm just a creative, you end up not getting lots of money from whatever you're doing.
Okay. And then there's also the aspect when people do a lot of works, right?
Mm-hmm.
They get a lot of checks, but they still end up broke.
How?
And I think it boils down to management.
Yeah, money management.
Management. You see, I believe as a creative or as a business person or basically as an individual,
Mm-hmm.
you need to learn about money.
Yeah, that's true.
That's one thing most of us don't really pay attention to. Learn handling money. You see, money actually has a force it comes with. Yes. Money has a force it comes with. And if you are not careful, it ends up controlling you.
That's true.
Yes. The money can show you what to buy, when to buy it,
Exactly.
the amounts to buy.
Very, very, very
Yes.
true.
So I think it will boil down to knowing about money, learning about money.
Yeah.
Yes. Have you ever had any thought about that?
Yeah, I've had the thoughts about it. And I believe money management is for everyone, not just the creative. You need to always put money at a place or where you get the ROI, the return on investment. So instead of just getting money and buying fancy things that you don't need, you can push them into buying subscriptions or paid service that you use. Like let me say I'm a designer, I use more bin. Or if you are a photographer, you can buy more lens. You can upgrade yourself so that you earn more money. You can buy a new laptop. It's way better than buying things that you don't need to impress people. And for that one,
Oh, so investing in your craft. I mean,
investing in your craft for that one. That's my main goal this year.
interesting. Interesting.
Yeah.
How is it going?
It's going on well. It's normal, but I hope to invest more in it because there are lots more to do.
Interesting. So, what's your take on collaboration?
Collaboration. It's cool. Generally, collaboration is good. However, some people are here to exploit you. So always, for that one, never forget. So I live by the game theory. It's you start with a good mindset and then you play tit for tat. That's how we do it. So if you are here for collaboration, sure, I mean, I'll be very good to help you out. However, you reach a certain stage where the person you are collaborating with isn't giving in much. He isn't giving much, and he doesn't really care about it. All he cares about is exploiting his gain from whatever you guys are doing. When you reach that point, you need to be aware of it and cut everything off. So that's it.
Sometimes it gets to a point where, as a creative, you often get bombarded with a lot of work,
Yeah,
and you
sure.
end up not meeting deadlines.
Yeah,
It happens
it
most
happens.
often, and I think collaborations are the key to that particular thing.
Yeah, true.
Yes, but then again, as you said, you should know and then watch who you are collaborating with,
Exactly.
because there are people who naturally can't collaborate. That's how I think.
Okay.
Yes, there are people who naturally can't collaborate.
You don't have
They
the
even if they
collaborative
try,
spirit.
they can't.
They always want to win.
They always want to win. They always want to be the face. They want
The
to be
face.
on their own and all of that.
Okay.
And there are people who are built as team workers.
True. True.
Yes. So I think it's up to whoever to be able to pick out the kind of person whoever you're working with is.
Yeah.
Whether the person is able to collaborate or the person is an independent soul or something.
Yeah.
Yes. But collaborations are some of the things that will even prevent you from being worn out.
True.
Yes.
True. Very true.
Creativity sometimes, Charlie.
It's hard. Very hard.
You end up almost all the time burning out.
True. For that one day.
Yes.
It's
And
normal.
then when you
Burnout is
have
normal.
the next person available who can also hold another side of the whole
Yeah.
weight
Okay.
to
Okay.
move, I think it will be much easier.
Yeah. Very much.
Yes.
Yeah.
The money is important, but you can't look at the money and also do mediocre works.
True. True.
Yes. So I have this one question I ask almost everybody who comes here.
Okay.
Imagine your life
Mm-hmm.
as a film.
As a film. Okay.
What would you title it as?
Title. Film. Should should I say a journey into the unknown? I'm just alive. I'm living. I'm living 100%, like all in. So I don't know how to title it, but it would be a very interesting movie. Sure, me I like using my life or like seeing my life from the game perspective as a like an adventure game.
Okay.
So a journey into the unknown. Yeah, that's how I would call it.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know what will happen next 2 years. Sure, I have a plan for next month, next 2 months, but only God knows, right? I don't know what will happen. I'm just alive. I'm living 100%.
Interesting. So talking about only God knows. Do you go where the wind blows,
Not really. I have a
or
plan.
you have a plan?
I have a plan. So I feel you have to be somehow flexible. You have to be strict on the vision and flexible on the approach.
Okay.
You get the point.
Yeah.
So the vision, very strict about it. But the approach I use, sometimes things will go other side. You have to go then, get the things done, and you come back.
So what's one thing, let me say, quote, or probably one statement or something you heard from somewhere that you think has shaped your life in a way?
Okay. I listen to a lot of quotes and all this stuff, but if you don't know what you want, you need to be placed at a position or a place that you don't want. If you don't know what you want in life, you need to get what you don't want to know what you actually want. That's how I feel. So you meet people, they say, "Me, I don't know what I want to. I don't know what you want." Then let's give you something you don't want, so that when you get into that situation, you know that no, this is something I really hate, and then you work it backwards to get to what you actually want. That's it. Anti-vision. That's how I call it.
Oh, okay. Okay, interesting. That's good. Creatives leaving Ghana. I mean, the Ghanaian youth seeking greener pastures abroad and all of that. What's your take on that?
It's cool. It's cool. It's cool.
Wow.
As you just said, greener pastures. Greener
So
pastures.
you don't believe you can make it here in Ghana?
You can make it, but you always have to go for
The easiest way.
the easiest, the most obvious way to do it.
Wow.
Not just the easiest. Like you can go and then come back later. So I don't feel like you can make it. Sure, you can make it in Ghana. I want to make it in Ghana. It doesn't matter. But that mindset that you have to make it in Ghana, you don't have to go anywhere, Charlie. The business is here. Like, if you go to Google, you go to Meta, or you go to any startup abroad, you make lots of money than you are doing in Ghana. Why don't you go and make it and then come back for the impact? Charlie, impact is here. If you don't have money, no one will listen to you. Do you get a point? So if you want to make it the impact, you have to first make the money.
Yeah.
You need to get a proof that, okay, this is what I've built. And this is the kind of impact I want to make in people's lives.
Whoa. But what do you think is one of the problems that is not making creativity pay so much here?
Positioning. It's positioning. Most creatives don't position themselves for well. As I just said, you have to always think yourself as solving business problems. That's it. So right now, every problem I solve, or if I'm designing, okay, can this thing make my clients more money? That's it. So no matter what you do, there's always the business aspect to it. The reason why we are drawn to Messi and Ronaldo is because they make us happy, they entertain us. Do you get the point? Good. So no matter what you do, you need to learn the business aspects of it and make sure you position yourself for the right people to find you and pay you for the job. Do you get it? So that's what I feel.
Oh.
Positioning.
So who got it wrong? Is it the creatives or is it the whole industry itself?
Who got it wrong?
I mean, to the point when it became like that, people not appreciating creativity or creatives and the work they do. Is it an issue of the whole creative ecosystem, or is on the creatives themselves? What do you think?
The whole ecosystem. It's the whole ecosystem. Yes. That's what I think.
That's what you think.
Yeah.
Interesting. So personally, right, I believe we don't really have so much systems here,
True.
even to help the ordinary creative,
Okay.
right? You create a piece of art, and now even where to even exhibit it is a problem. You create a film, where to showcase it for people to come and watch is even a problem.
Good.
When you even get somewhere to showcase it for people to come and watch, I mean, the channels through which you can get to the people, for them to even hear about your work, to even come and take a look at it, is also a problem.
Gatekeeping.
That's also a big problem.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's like that.
It's all about ego. Ego. You see, over here, most of us, or some of us, have the thing that, oh, I'm the boss, I'm supposed to shine. You under me. And sure. So that thing has gotten into us, and we don't collaborate. You don't bring up people below us. But when you go abroad, a 60-year-old billionaire can give a 21-year-old millions of dollars to build a startup, and he becomes an investor and get a stake in the company. But over here, I don't know. It starts with the mindset of who I can only be the winner. But when you go abroad, when you go to me, I always use the Silicon Valley as an example. Like you have Y Combinator, I give you the money to start or continue on the startup you are building, and I get a stake. So if you win, I win. That's how it works. So we should always embrace the mindset that we can both win together. This is not in class that you have this person is in first class, or not even in first class. This person, the first person, this was the last. No, that's not how business works.
Yeah.
Both of us can win.
Can win together.
Do you get the point? So I think we have to embrace that perspective. So if you embrace that perspective and it comes to, okay, showcasing your work to people, then they'll be like, okay, you want to showcase your work to people, then we can negotiate. And if we get 100 people coming in, we will get like 20% or 10% of whatever money they are paying to watch your craft. So I feel like we can do it that way to make sure everything is going on well.
Oh. That's an interesting perspective. Oh, so what last thing do you have to say to whoever is watching us?
Whoever is watching us.
That needs or has to be inspired. Yes. What do you have to say to such a person? That's your comment. You can.
Okay. All right. So whatever I have to say is, you need to position yourself well and see yourself as someone who solves business problems. Because in this world, there's one thing everyone is looking for, and that's money. And you don't have to be naive about it. That, oh, me, I don't want money. Sure. You have to always think about, okay, how can I make this person a lot of money as a creative? So if you find that you talk more about that thing and you position, you promote your work, you promote yourself, and doing it consistently, make sure you don't forget your craft. Because if you don't refine it, someone will find theirs and get a bigger portion of it. So make sure as you are refining your skills, you position yourself well and you also market your craft. So that's what I have to say.
It's been a nice conversation actually. Yes, this doesn't feel like an interview like I always do. It was more like a conversation because yes,
sure.
and I believe there's still so much to even talk about, but the time factor will not even allow it. So most definitely we would have to get a part 2 of this conversation.
Okay.
Yes, because personally, it's an eye opener for me too. In a way, you get it. Yes, so most definitely would have to do this some other time. Bruh, so if you've watched to this point, I believe you've taken so much from this conversation and you can't just leave without subscribing. So do well to subscribe, share, like, and leave us a comment. Mouse.